All right. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you all are ready to exercise. Let me grab a timer. Okay, so for today, no equipment needed. Just a quick intro. My name is Corey. I'm a physical therapist with UCSD. If you have not met me or joined us in class before, welcome. And then today we have Rachel. She's an occupational therapist from UCSD. She's going to be showing the seated modifications. So if you have balance issues or just feel more secure in sitting, you can follow along with her. And then if you are standing, you can follow along with me. Again, we don't need any equipment today. We're just going to do actually kind of everything in this class that you should be doing on a regular basis. So we're going to have a warm up. We're going to have an aerobic circuit. We're going to do some strengthening, some balance, and then a cool down, including those stretches that we should be focusing on daily. Okay. So we're just going to start, and we're going to start nice and easy. So again, sitting or standing, wherever you are preferring to exercise today. And we're just going to gently move our head and necks to kind of warm up, starting in our head. We're going to go nice and easy, left and right. Do about 10 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then now we're going to tilt. So from side to side, each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, very good. Now we're going to move on to our shoulders, and we're just going to work on rolling our shoulders forward. We'll do that 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to work on backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Next, we're going to move on to our torso, and we're just going to work on rotating. So doing a twist. We'll do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and now we're going to move to our wrists. So we're going to do 10 wrist circles one direction and then 10 the opposite direction. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then we're going to do 10 finger flicks. So nice and big, trying to open up those fingers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Next, we're going to do some marching while we're reaching up with our opposite arm, and we'll do 20 of these. So we're going to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, and now we're gonna work on just some ankle taps, and we'll do 10 of these too. So you're just going to tap forward and then to the side, okay? And then alternate forward to the side. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, very good. So hopefully we're all warmed up now. I'm a little bit warmer, so I'm gonna take my jacket off. So for our next circuit, we're gonna do the aerobic exercise. So I'm gonna get my timer set up. We're gonna be exercising for a minute at a time with only a 10-second rest in between, and then I'll tell you what the next one is, okay? So for these ones, because it's aerobic, I really want you trying to move fast. We're trying to get your heart rate up. So as quickly as you can kind of move and keep up to try to get that heart rate up, your breathing up, that's what we're going for, okay? We're only going through this series one time, or this circuit one time. So move fast. It's a minute of work at a time with a 10-second rest. All right, so the first one we're gonna start with is just those marches, swinging those arms. But again, you're gonna be moving fast, okay? Put a chair in front of you or to the side if you need help with your balance, if you're standing. All right, here we go. All right, go ahead. Again, it's a minute of work, so pick a pace that you can keep up for a whole minute. Let those arms swing. Halfway through. All right. Rest. The next one we're going to do is a toe tap, forward and back. Sorry, I was off. Okay, here we go. We're going to alternate. Trying to go as big as you can without losing your balance.
Halfway there.
Halfway through. Almost done. All right, take a rest. The next one we're gonna do is jumping jack. So if you're standing, you can do a true jumping jack. If you need a modification, step jack. All right, here we go. Whatever you can do for that full minute. Hopefully you can feel your heart rate increasing, you're breathing a little bit faster and harder. Halfway through. Almost done. 3, 2. All right, catch your breath. And then we're gonna move into cross-body punches, okay? So we'll start up in a few seconds. All right, here we go. Halfway there. Halfway through. Two, one. All right, and catch your breath for 10 seconds. And we're gonna move into side steps. Okay, so just stepping left and right. Here we go. Try to take that nice big step. Need some music for these ones. Halfway there. Halfway through. Two, one. All right, rest. Next, we're going to try to do high knees. If you can, do a little bit of a jump. That would be really good. If not, just move in nice and high with those lifts. Again, trying to go fast. So we're getting the heart rate up. If you have space, you could do high marches, you know, moving or traveling in space. Halfway there. Halfway there. Almost done. 2. All right, catch your breath. Next, we're gonna move to reaching up over our head, okay? We're gonna alternate that side to side. Okay, here we go. Reach. Halfway through. All right, catch your breath for 10 seconds. Next, we're going to try to move your feet quickly or like jog in place. You're sitting, a little bit easier to move fast. Okay, here we go. Keep it up for the whole minute. If this is too hard, you can do an alternating ankle pump or heel raise, okay? Halfway through. All right, rest. Oh, hopefully that got your heart rate up. We're gonna just do some heel taps. So kind of kicking out in front of you. All right, here we go. We're almost done. This is your last fast exercise, I will say. Halfway there. Halfway through. Two, one. All right, rest. Our last one, we're gonna do a march, but it's gonna be a cool down march. So you're just gonna go nice and slow, trying to get your breath back down to your resting. So just nice and easy, just slowing that heart rate down. Next, we're gonna move into strengthening. If you have space wherever you're exercising, you could also just do, a nice slow walk, something like that, to get your breath back down. Halfway there. Halfway through. Three, two, one. All right, rest. All right, so we are finished with our aerobic. If you need a drink of water or you need just to catch your breath, go ahead and do that. I'm just loading up our strength circuit. So for this one, our circuit is 6 exercises. We're going to do 45 seconds of work. This time we get 15 seconds of rest. Again, 6 exercises, and we're going to try to do it 2 times around. Okay, and I'll walk you through. So the first one, there's a couple of variations. You can either do a squat. If you're in standing, you could do a sit to stand if you have a chair. If you're unable to do either of those variations, then the other variation is just kind of a power up. okay, from that sitting position. All right. So if you're ready, we're going to get started in a few seconds here. And again, 45 seconds of work. And for this, I really want you to think about the control of it, going nice and slow, using those legs. We already did our aerobic, so we're going to do this for strengthening. So hopefully in this 45 seconds, we get in about 10 to 12 repetitions. So that's kind of your goal if you're counting. Three, two. All right. Next, we're going to move on to push-ups. So if you have a wall handy or the chair, Rachel will show you how to do it from the chair. We're going to do 45 seconds of wall push-ups. If you are able to get down to the floor and do push-ups, feel free. And just pushing yourself back. Halfway there. Halfway through. Three, two, one, rest. All right, take a rest. And then next we're going to try to do leg extensions or kicks if you're standing. So really trying to tighten your quadricep muscles, the muscles on the top of your thighs. Go. So kick out, hold for a second or two, then switch. Halfway there. Halfway through. Three, two, one. All right, take a leg rest, a rest. Next, we're gonna do calf raises. So just going up onto your tiptoes again, holding for 2 to 3 seconds, then lowering back down to the floor. All right, here we go. You want to have that chair or stand in front of a wall to help you with your balance. Halfway through. Three, two, one, rest. Okay, next we're gonna do arm circles. Again, it's still gonna be 45 seconds. We'll do forward for half of the time and then flip it in reverse for the other half, okay? 3, 2. Okay, here we go. So let's go forward. And thinking about kind of squeezing those shoulder blades back in together. Good upright posture as you're making those circles. Good control of your circles. Do them a little bit smaller, not super big. There. All right, and then let's go in reverse. Same thing, good upright posture. Pull them up. You're almost done. 3, 2. All right, rest. We got one more. We're going to do arm presses, and we're going to work on pressing up. We'll do that for half of the time, and then we'll press away for the other half, okay?
3, 2.
Okay, here we go. So pressing up, really think about trying to press the ceiling away from you.
Halfway there.
Halfway through, so we're going to switch to pushing forward and pushing away. Squeezing those shoulder blades back together when you come back.
2, 1.
All right, we're going to rest for a minute, and then we're going to repeat that strength circuit again. So good job. Hopefully you can feel your shoulder muscles working. You might have a little fatigue in your legs by now, but those are all good things when we're exercising. So take this 30 seconds left that we have. Get some water, just take a few deep breaths, and then we'll get started again. All right, here we go. We're going to go with those squats or sit to stands or power ups, depending on where you're exercising today. And if you're doing squats, think about dropping your butt back like you're going to sit into a chair. Work on that control.
Halfway there.
Halfway through.
Two.
Okay, take a rest. Move over to your chair or your wall so we can do our push-ups. Okay, we're gonna get started. Here we go.
Halfway there.
Halfway through.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right, take a rest. And then we're gonna move into our kicks or our leg extensions. Again, really try to squeeze those muscles.
3, 2,
All right,
go.
go.
Halfway there.
Halfway through.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, and rest. Next, we have our calf raises. So we're just going up onto our tiptoes, again, holding for 2 to 3 seconds, slowly lowering down.
3, 2.
Okay, here we go. So up, hold, and down.
Halfway there.
Halfway through.
3, 2, 1.
All
Rest.
right, take a rest, and then we're going to move into our arm circles. Again, keeping them a smaller amplitude, working on your posture, squeezing those shoulder blades back in together.
3.
Okay, here we go. About 30 seconds forward. Make sure that those arms are even, so one's not drifting lower than the other.
Halfway there.
Good, now let's go in reverse.
Three, 2.
All right, rest those shoulders, and then the last one of our strength circuit is those arm presses up for half the time, and then forward for about 20 seconds. So almost done with our strength.
2.
All right, here we go. So again, really pushing it away. Try to keep those elbows kind of in towards your sides.
Halfway there.
Okay, and then now we're going to push away. All right,
Complete.
catch your breath, and then we're going to finish with some balance work. Adjusting timer. Okay, and since we're going into our balance things, if you have a chair nearby or the wall, make sure you keep it handy. We're gonna start with just some weight shifting to the left and to the right. So if you've done this before, think about your power rock. Try to come up onto one foot, okay? All right, we're gonna do it for a minute. So just rocking back and forth. You get that weight shifted over, that you can get one foot up in the air, and you're really working on your balance.
Halfway there.
Halfway through, keep going.
Three, 2.
All right, rest. Next, we're gonna move into single leg stance. So trying to hold it on one side for 30 seconds. If that's too hard, put your foot down as a kickstand. All right, here we go. We'll start on one side, hold it, and then we'll go to our other side. Again, put that foot out if you need to, or if you're next to a wall, you can have a one finger there to help support you for the 30 seconds. All right, and get ready to switch. And switch. Always feels like a long 30 seconds. Hang in there.
Three, two.
All right, rest those legs. Then we're gonna move into tandem stance. So one foot in front of the other. You can have a little bit of a space if you need to. We're gonna start with one foot in front. Hold that for 30 seconds. Same thing, modify it by bringing the feet or a little bit more space in between or fingers on the wall or the chair. And then we're gonna switch it at our 30-second mark.
Halfway there.
Okay, now we're gonna switch and hold.
Three.
Okay, good. You can bring those feet back. Next, we're gonna work on reaching forward, and I want you alternating. So I want you reaching out and then coming back. So you really gotta kind of reach out like you're reaching deep into the fridge or a cabinet and trying to come back.
Halfway there.
Halfway through.
Three, two, one.
Okay, next one we're gonna do is just walking heel toe. So trying to do that tandem walk or doing taps like Rachel. And because I'm going to run out of room eventually before our circuit time is ending, I'm going to go backwards in tandem too. So depending on how good your balance is, you could try that, or you could turn around and work on going forward. You're next to that wall. That can help you.
Three, two.
All right, very good. And the last one we're gonna do is I want you to sit or stand with your best posture. And we're gonna try to hold that for 30 seconds. So shoulders back, head up and in neutral, not forward. Try to pull that head back like someone has a string and they're pulling you up. And see what it feels like to hold that for 30 seconds. If you're against the wall, that would be a great place to practice this. Try to be up as tall as you can.
Halfway there.
All right. Nice work. So hopefully you guys were able to hold your posture for 30 seconds, especially after all that work we just did. All right, well, that's all we have for you guys. Hopefully you guys had a good class. You worked hard, like always, and we will see you next time.